We are taking a deeper dive into House Bill 5, which is now law, and the controversy surrounding it. We are days away from that new law taking effect, and advocacy groups are still mad, saying it criminalizes homelessness. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy examined the extensive crime bill.
This bill is 78 pages in length. One of the most controversial parts of the bill deals with homelessness. Section 17 talks about unlawful camping, and this is the part that critics say criminalizes homelessness. A person is guilty of unlawful camping when they enter or stay on a public or private street, sidewalk, underpass, path, park, or cemetery with the intent to sleep or camp in that area. Do this once, it's considered a violation, and the penalties can vary. Do this twice, it's considered a Class B misdemeanor. In Kentucky, that usually means no more than 90 days in jail and no more than a $250 fine. That is why advocates say the new law could crowd jails and hurt people already struggling financially. Two sections down, Section 19 gives local governments some say. It allows them to designate indoor or outdoor areas as temporary camping locations for unsheltered homeless individuals. They say if cities create them, they need to have drinking water and sanitary facilities, something like portable toilets. The city of Lexington did this last winter with a temporary warming tent. I did check with the city today. A spokesperson told me they have no plans to set up anything full time. They will do another cold weather shelter later this year. With your WKYT Fact Check, I'm Kristen Kennedy.
And you can learn more about this story in our free WKYT News app. You can scan the QR code that you see on your screen right now to download it. You'll get alerts sent right to your phone when news breaks.